Maria Favela joins me. Welcome to Power Slap. How excited are you to get to Las Vegas and compete and show off your skill set in slap fighting?
Hi, thanks for this interview, and I'm really excited. It's something really new for me. I've been doing MMA for more than 10 years. So, this new kind of sport, it's kind of exciting because it's a new challenge for me.
Absolutely. Why Power Slap?
I don't know, it just was my manager, the ones who offered me Power Slap. I wasn't looking for it, but he offered me, and then this is the second time that they offered me to be part of Power Slap. But the first time I wasn't really sure about it, and then when they offered me again, I was thinking like I was about to do it because it's something new and it's something that I want to be in this platform, and I want to have the experience of competition in every different kind of platforms that the UFC or martial arts I can do.
Mhm. From your past, you're speaking about competing in MMA. Is there anything that you can draw from in your past experience that you think is going to help you here in your Power Slap debut?
Yes, I feel like for MMA teach me about how the body works, especially the movements or the idea of feeling muscles. And I learned a lot about the mechanic of the body, like punching or throwing people, explosions. So I think that's a huge advantage that I have for being a former youth MMA fighter, that I can't work on that. And maybe I can't understand the movement of the slaps, of the technique, using a little bit of the technique that we do, for example, for boxing, that I want to do a hard hook or all the explosions training that I've been having my whole life. It's helping me a lot to to do a very strong and explosive power slap.
Amazing. How is your training camp for this looking? Do you have to cut any weight or do you walk around fairly close to the weight cap?
Actually, it was kind of lucky for me because I was fighting in 135, so I was walking in 155, 160. But I decided to get back to 125, so I was losing weight for a long time ago. So when they offered me power slap in 135, I was so close to the weight. So now I just have to drop 6 more pounds, and I'm gonna be there. But I usually cut 10 pounds one night before weightings, so I'm used to cut weight. But for this time, I didn't want to cut weight because the difference between slap and MMA, it's we have to absorb the punch. So
Mhm.
what I don't like is I would not like to submit my brain on stress of being dehydrated so much. So I wanted to protect my brain as much as I can and being ready for the slap.
Of course. How much do you know about your competitor? Because I know she's also making her debut in Power Slap.
I know she was fighting MMA long time ago. I don't know why she stopped fighting, and I know she have Mexican roots, and honestly, that's the only thing that I know about her. I being
Okay.
more focused about me than her. When they told me her name, if I wanted to do slap with her, I was like, yeah, I know her. Why not?
Mhm. Awesome. Are you trying to be a two-sport athlete? Are you gonna compete in MMA and Power Slap?
I wanna compete in MMA Power Slap and get back to the IBJJF, to the Jiu-Jitsu tournaments. That's what I wanna do. I wanna be playing in these three sports.
Awesome. Like, do you do this full time or is this just a side thing for you?
No, I do this for full time. I was based in Mexico, and I decided to move here to Las Vegas because Vegas is one of the biggest places for developed athletes, especially for contact athletes. So
Mhm.
my full time life it's training. I'm jumping between gyms because I'm always training all the time. This been my life for 14 years. Even when I had cancer, my mind was on MMA.
Absolutely. I mean, amazing. I mean, congrats to you to moving to Vegas. It definitely is the fight capital of the world. There's a lot of obviously MMA athletes as well as slap fighters moving to Las Vegas. And obviously joining Power Slap, you're gonna have access now to UFC facilities to be able to train and stuff like that. Are you excited to get with some of the coaches, whether it be Wolverine, Anthony Blackburn, the Crazy Wyans also coming into town? I know they're setting up some training sessions for you guys. Are you excited to get in there and be able to learn from them?
Yeah, I'm very excited because when I decided to do power slap, it's not just slapping. There is a lot of technique, and there is a few persons that already compete in power slap, like Emily Whitmire and Eleazar El Perro. I think he's Gonzalez. I think he's Gonzalez. He's Mexican. They've been
Yeah.
explaining me so much technique and tips that they use for the slap, even for absorb or throw the slap, that it opened my mind. Like I wasn't thinking that it was like that, and I'm really
Mhm.
excited of being able to have a camp and really learn from the veterans and see how far I can go in this.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, you talked about Azael El Pelo Rodriguez, a guy who's had a ton of success of Mexican roots. He's really had that success of the Mexicans, supporting him. Do you feel like that same thing is going to transition over for you in Power Slap?
Yeah, I think power slap is kind of a taboo in Mexico, maybe, especially for women's. But I
Hmm.
feel it's getting in there. So I want to see how my Mexican people react. My mom didn't react very well, um, but out of that, I want to see how Mexicans open their hands to power slap, like open their arms
Yeah,
to power slap.
yeah. I'm sure you're excited, but are you nervous at all going into next week?
No, I feel nervous just in the moment. Like when I'm getting to the place where we're gonna compete, there is a moment when I start to feel like nervous or excited. But
Hmm.
during the week, actually, I've been really calm. I've just been focused on me, focused on the weight, and trying to not being in that mindset about I'm gonna receive a slap and what happens. No, I just take that out of my brain.
Hmm. I mean, talk me through how a perfect fight for you will look.
Knock her out on the first slap. That will be the first the first result for me because I
Yeah,
I won the flip coin, so
yeah.
hopefully I can knock her out with one slap and that's it. Take my money and go home and get ready for the next one.
Amazing. You talked about, communicating with some of the other, strikers in Power Slap. Who's kind of helped you prepare for this debut?
Emily Whitmire, she's helping me. She's the wife of one of my friends. And we
Amazing.
used to like know each other a long time ago. So she was explaining me like a lot of tips that she learned before, and she made a few mistakes. So she's helping me to about not to commit those same mistakes that she did because nobody with experience explained her how to do it. So
Mhm.
the only person that was explaining to her, it was the day that she met her coach, that I think it was the day of the match. So they have to explain you really quick, really fast. So she said her best slap was the last one because she started to understand the game. So she's helping me, explaining to me how to play with the rules, how to play with the body, which of my hands it's more stronger slapping. And Eleazar el Perro too, he was sending me videos, he was explaining me how to train, he was sending me names of watch this defense or watch the attacks of these strikers. So it's it's a huge advantage that I have them here, especially Emily, and about we're gonna have the camp about the and a veteran explaining me how to do it.
Absolutely. Well, it was an absolute pleasure to meet you, making your debut here on Slap News. We appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you perform next week. Take care. Safe rest of your weight cut. Shouldn't be too bad for you. You seem to be well ahead and able to make that capital of 135. Take care, and we'll see you in Las Vegas next week.
Thank you so much and see you here.